They say that hell hath no fury like a lover scorned, and as a person who's been in a relationship for 10 years, I am glad that I'm in a relationship. I look at these kind of stories and I always go, damn, I'm just glad I'm not dating anymore. I've dealt with my fair share of crazy bitches, and this one seems right up in there. So what you have here is a boyfriend who survived a samurai sword attack, and he says it scared the living poop out of me. You think, bro? When you got a crazy girl coming at you with a samurai sword, and you're like, yeah, that scared the crap out of me. Yeah, because she was cutting at you with a samurai sword. That would scare the crap out of anyone, especially those who are wielding it and don't know how to actually use it. Anyway, so Alex Lovell nearly lost his fingers, his life, and he appears to have lost the woman that he loves. Otherwise, the Camus man is feeling pretty good. I was just so proud for beating the samurai wannabe crazy lady with hate in her heart. Lovell, 29, told the Oregonian in a Facebook message exchange on Wednesday. I've been preparing my whole life for something like this. Really? You've been preparing your whole life to beat a samurai wannabe crazy lady with hate in her heart? I mean, I understand that video games they condition us to want to fight the paranormal, the supernatural, and the downright evil, but I don't think they also offer us the proper skills to defend ourselves against someone wielding a samurai. Now, the woman, Emily Javier, 30, his girlfriend of 2 years, Javier faces attempted murder charges after she told police and a 911 dispatcher that she attacked and repeatedly slashed Lovell with the samurai sword during the wee hours of March 3rd. The incident has drawn national and international headlines. It also landed Lovell in the hospital, where he remains recovering from multiple wounds and lacerations. In an interview with the police after the attack, Javier claimed she found a Tinder dating app on Lovell's phone and also fumed over his penchant for playing too many video games. See, this is it. This is what happens. They always try to blame it on the games. They want to blame it on the video games. They want to say, like, you play too many games, therefore your girlfriend attacked you with a samurai sword. Nah, you could pretty much argue that, like, the Tinder was maybe, like, the straw that broke the camel's back in this particular case. I mean, like, as I said, I've been dating my girlfriend for a long time, like, well before Tinder was a thing. I don't even know, do you swipe right? Do you swipe left? I literally have no idea. Lovell admits he may have spent a bit too much time in front of the computer, but he insists he never cheated. He says, I barely had time to hang out with my girlfriend, let alone another girl. Yeah, because video games take up a lot of time. Trust me. I'm struggling now to find time to even play them. In recent months, Lovell said he had spent 12 to 13 hours a day playing and training for Player Unknown's Battleground. Oh no, come on, man, really? A computer game where players parachute onto an island, gather weapons, and blow each other to bits. Yeah, that's a fair assessment, but you play, don't get me wrong, I love me some PUBG. I love me some PUBG. But playing 12 to 13 hours a day? Is he streaming? Is where he's making his money? The long hours also required him to spend time doing exercises for his hands, wrists, and shoulders, and also practicing mouse moves and techniques to maximize performance. Okay. I give the guy credit for doing like calisthenics. That's something that I think a lot of people who play video games and sit for long periods of time tend to not do. I myself fail at that quite often. He says here, I wasn't a sweaty nerd. I'm more of an etholete. Can we just add that to the word never to say in 2018? I'm an etholete. Okay. Lovell said, describing a person who has an intense online gaming regimen. Javier told police she hatched the assault on Lovell after she found evidence he had been unfaithful. First, there was the Tinder dating app, she said. Then she said, saw sexually suggestive scratches on his back. Finally, Javier found red hair in the couple's shower drain, according to the police report. Her hair, on the other hand, is dyed green. Yeah, that would probably piss off anyone, right? Like, what is a strand of red hair doing in the shower? Now, one can argue that it seems weird that she would come across that, but then again, how many times if you have women in your life, do you find hair in the drain? It's just, or hair everywhere. I don't want to just say in the drain. I literally want to say everywhere. And you start to recognize what your partner's hair looks like. And so if your hair is dyed green and you find a red hair in the shower drain, you're going to be a little bit on the suspicious side. So also sexually suggestive scratches on his back. Here's the thing though. She would know if he was as good of a good enough of a lover in order to be able to facilitate getting scratches on the back. Now, Lovell said he had Tinder on his phone because when he first met Javier, but later deleted the app. As for the other allegations, basically she was delusional, he says. In an interview with police, Javier said she had suspected he cheated on her before, an accusation she says he always denied. He also mentioned she had grown increasingly incensed by the limited attention he paid to her. Now, that makes a lot more sense. It does. I mean, relationships, like everything, take work. They take time. And if you do start to kind of push them off or not invest the time into working on them, they can have issues. And I think a lot of couples in the United States and abroad have those problems because we are working more hours than ever before, taking fewer vacations than ever before, finding ourselves addicted to our smartphones, our tablets, our gaming, or whatever. Like I work from home, but I work from home. I spend a lot of time working, so I understand that completely. Like that it can get in the way. I understand that. And it is something that people out there do need to work on. Now, she told police that she grew enraged, went to a shopping mall and purchased a samurai sword. Oh, that's her first mistake. Come on, you don't go to the mall to buy a samurai sword. Those things couldn't cut through really anything. They're decorative. They might open a letter or like cut an apple, but you're not going to be able to do much else with them. Now, she spent the next week stewing and plotting her violent revenge. Yeah, that's where we get into premeditation here. Yeah. She bought a sword, then spent a week planning how she was going to attack him. This girl be crazy, and this guy be lucky. Now, her anger peaked at night on March 2nd when Lovell returned home and ignored her, Javier said. About 9 p.m., she went into the couple's bedroom, where she had taped the samurai sword and 2 knives to her side of the bed. Holy crap. Lovell later joined her and drifted off to sleep. Javier told police she hid her boyfriend's phone so he couldn't call for help. Ooh, that's a crazy bitch. When the lights went out, Javier said she retrieved her samurai sword and brought it down on her boyfriend, according to a probable cause affidavit. Lovell said he woke up to being attacked by Javier. His instincts kicked in, and he drew on his lifetime of kung fu films and martial arts training. Okay, like, I know that this is a real story, but parts of this do come across as being a little bit on, like, the over-the-top side. She bought a samurai sword, spent a week stewing about it, then taped it to the side of the bed. And then when she attacked him, he was like, oh, what would Jackie Chan do? You know, WWJCD, right? And then just like, oh, I know how to wrestle this thing away from her. He's like, I was able to Wing Chun my way to survival, Lovell said, referring to a traditional form of Chinese martial arts that focuses on close-range combat. Eventually, he got her into a bear hug. I saw the look in her eyes, and it scared the living poop out of me, he says. I told her I loved her, and she was killing me. She needed to call police or I was going to die. A 911 call obtained by the Oregonian reveals a woman who appears to be stricken with grief and horror over the violent outburst. The distraught woman, who identifies herself as Emily Javier, tells police dispatcher she just stabbed her boyfriend repeatedly with a sword. She tells the dispatcher she couldn't go into the bedroom because there was so much blood. I think he's dead. You need to hurry, the woman tells the dispatcher. Officers arrived at the couple's northeast Garfield Street home just minutes after the call. Officers entered the bedroom and found the walls spattered with blood and Lovell curled up in a ball, the police report shows. Yeah, you get cut up like that, you're going to be hurting, man. You're going to be hurting. He was rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Lovell's index, middle, and ring fingers were nearly lopped off at the base, though doctors have been able to reattach them. He has deep lacerations on his feet and legs and may have fractured his wrist, which is in a cast, Lovell said, and there are various other wounds to his torso, neck, and the left side of his head. So if this dude's an athlete, which is a cringy term in and of itself, but I'm not using it as a mocking tone here, this basically cripples his career. Now, if he was a streamer, if he was in a league, because they haven't talked about if he was in there or not. But that's just like, that's some shit. That is some serious shit. I feel bad for this dude. I really feel bad for this guy. He says, obviously I got some gnarly injuries. At least he has a sunny disposition about it. Members of the Player Unknown Battleground gaming community have launched a GoFundMe campaign. As of Wednesday, it's raised $8,000. That's good. Gamers coming together, especially gamers coming together to save a bro from a crazy girl. Lovell says he anticipates a long road to recovery. It could be 6 months until he's walking again, and he will require extensive physical therapy to regain the full use of his hands. Until then, he's savoring the small victories. saying, "The feeling I had when I won the fight with my bare hands is just absolutely the best feeling. I've played all the sports, won big games, landed some decent tricks on my snowboard. This was better." I get that. I understand the mentality there. You want to have a positive mindset. You know, I would argue that, like, out of all situations in your life, this one probably doesn't really, like, should never rank in the top 10 unless it's like the worst category. But sure, have a positive outlook on it in the best possible way. And that I do believe is the best way to go about it. It's a mind game. It's a mental game. If he sought into any kind of depression over it, it would just eat him alive. It really would. It would eat him alive. But here he's doing okay. And he says, asked if he and Javier were still an item. He wrote, "I haven't spoken with her, if that's what you mean. LOL." Yeah, that's the question from the reporter. So, like, are you and this girl, like, are you guys, like, still together? Like, I mean, I know she tried to kill you, but it's, I mean, like, it could have been like temporary insanity, you know, like you still, you know, you still want to tap that, sort of thing. He says, she called the authorities and saved my life. I hope that counts for something. It's a bit complicated. Regardless, I assume she needs some serious help. Her trial is set for May 7th, and her bail is set at $350,000. And yeah, I get it, man. Like, you could look at her face right there. You could see everything that she's, you know, that sense of shame and that sense of despair. That's a hell of a thing. It's a hell of a thing. Like, look, these kind of things are no laughing matter overall. Like, ultimately, there's no laughing matter here. It's still a crazy story, but it does go to show you that there are reasons why you should work on a relationship. Not everyone is gonna, you know, wake up to having your significant other attempt to kind of, you know, John Bob at you with a samurai sword, but it will work. I think this should serve as a reminder that love is a job, and that maybe you should spend more time working on it. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. If you haven't already, thumbs it up, hit on that subscribe, check out 3 Buck Theater, check out Mundane Chats, or if you just want to help support the channel, the best way to do that is patreon.com/mundanematt, link below in the video description. Thank you guys again, have yourself a great day, and peace out.